lesson from going on a walking trail. Walk. We just finished it. And I'm tired. But here it is. We haven't been on this walking trail for quite some time. So when we were walking on the walking trail, there came a point where there was a tree that had fallen, and it was going across the path. And it looked as though you could not get around it because it wasn't like a small tree that you could climb over, and it had a whole bunch of tree branches surrounding it. So it was just like, we're not doing that. So we stood there for a moment and we're like, well, how can we get around it? How can we get around it? So we looked around, looked at the forest around us, and there weren't really any paths, visible paths or ways that we could get through. So we then decided to proceed just to get a little closer, take a closer view. When we got closer to the tree, right next to the tree was a small path that you could see that went around the tree and led you back to the trail. Here's the lesson. Well, to finish the story. We took the little small path, which, wasn't as wide as the normal one, but it was small. Maybe had to, watch out from a little bush here or there, a little tree there. But we made it through to the other side and continued on the big path. So, here's the lesson. The first thing is, as you're walking on your journey, you will see obstacles, and you won't see a way out. You won't see a way to proceed. Keep walking. Keep walking until you get upon that. And that thing is not disappearing. The obstruction, the blockage, the hazard is not moving. It hasn't changed. The situation hasn't changed. Keep walking. Keep walking, because if you stopped back where you were when the obstruction was in sight, if you stopped walking and didn't proceed, you wouldn't have seen the little small path that was right on top of the obstruction. You would have missed it. And you maybe would have stopped walking on your path. So, even when you're faced with trials, faced with things that are hard, keep walking in spite of hardships that are in front of you, because there could be a small path that you just can't see from the vantage point when you're further back. But when you're closer, when you're in the space of the obstruction, when you're in the trial, you could see it out. And it may be smaller and may not be as obvious, but keep walking. You'll find it, and you'll get through.